Been down, but I don't stay low. Got mud on my jeans, still ready to go. Every star's a story that I survived. I've been through hell, but I'm still alive. They said slow down, boy, don't go too fast. But I ain't never been one to live in the past. I keep moving forward, never looking back, with a worn out hat and a 6-string string. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Made a few new foes, but that's just life, that's how it goes. I ain't bending over just to please a crowd. If I fall down, I'll fall down hard. I talk my truth, I live my way. Ain't nobody gonna take my say. This road's been rough, but I learned to trade. It's sweat, soul, and dues I paid. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Let the haters talk, let the rumors fly. I ain't got time to wonder why. The good Lord knows the man I am, and I'll die standing tall with a mic in my hand. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't selling my soul for a seat at your table. I'm wild, I'm able. You can hate my fire, but you can't kill my spark. I'm a midnight flame burning through the dark. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. You can kick rocks. You can kick rocks. You can kick rocks. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk.
Greetings, everybody. I had to take this up. I had to do a live on this one because I put a post up about a police speeding. And some of y'all have some good comments, of course, and some of you got some real ignorant comments. But that's Facebook Live, so that's what Facebook is all about. But everyone here, every day, you see police speeding up and down the road. You see police tailgating. You see ambulance speeding, Department of Corrections speeding, and no one holds them accountable. Why is that? No one wants to hold the police accountable until it affects them directly. Now, you got city government, city managers, city attorneys, you got the city council, the same thing on the county level and the state level. Everyone sees law enforcement excessively speeding, reckless endangerment, and driving up down the road, but you want to come up with excuses for them. And I'm going to address some of your comments on my post. No one is above the law. Government officials, police and government officials take an oath of office. I don't take no oath of office. They took an oath of office to uphold the laws and the Constitution. So why can they not be held liable? Wouldn't that be a violation of their oath of office? I don't understand some of you people. Some of you people are just as, I don't understand it. Some of y'all believe everything, but yet a lot of y'all follow Donald Trump too, so it's just the mindset. But this is the concept. If you hold governments, police, governments accountable at a lower level, then you would drastically depreciate it at a higher level of them when they killing you or one of your family members, your sons or one of your daughters. Because accountability, until there's accountability, there will never be an effective change. Now, am I the only one see a law enforcement speeding and chase them down and ask why? So this is why I'm launching the Cop Watch program, a website, the first of the year, that I am going to start writing law enforcement officers citizen tickets, and they're going to pay them, or they're going to court. Point blank. And yes, they got radars, and you can estimate a police speed by where you going, how fast you going. So, and I'll address that in a minute, but I'm finna address some of these comments, and we're going to get back in details. All right, here we go. All right, one guy say, unfortunately, public perspective can also be police officers doing something wrong. Could have been going to a call and lights and sirens give suspect criminals early warning that they are coming. Yet police officers are human. Yes, they make mistakes just like you and I. I wonder, as a police officer for many years, I worked as a police officer for many years, and the complaints are always voiced. I ain't gonna read them all. But, and yes, he's right to a certain extent. But the black letter of the law, if they're going on emergency, and they're excessively speeding, then they must have their emergency lights on. They don't have to have the sirens on. They can run the lights without the siren, but they got to have a warning to the public. And yes, they do have to have their lights on, because if they hit someone, the county, the city, the state, going to be liable. And guess who the liable? Guess when that happens, who it falls on? The taxpayer dollars. You have a right to know what your governments and local law enforcement are doing. But yet we all see them speeding up and down the road, but nobody say anything. You don't write the tag number down. You don't write the approximate speed. You don't call in on them. Y'all think it's okay. You see a trooper speeding down the road. You go up the road, see the same trooper at the gas station, and no one say anything to him until they pull your ass over. And some of y'all got some good comment. Now this guy responding to somebody else comment, a girl, whatever, but they say, remember that when you need them to, because your house is on fire and your family is trapped inside, but that they can't go over 45 miles an hour speed limit. See, that's the ignorant comment I'm talking about. And that came from Sherry Wheeler. That is an ignorant and stupid comment, and really don't require a response. But I think stupid definitely needs to be responded to, because that was a very ignorant comment. comment. She said, again, remember that when you need them because your house is on fire and your family is trapped inside, but they can't go over the 45 miles an hour speed limit. First of all, you must be don't understand the post. I can't read. I don't read. Can't comprehend what you read, because if a house was on fire, they would have their lights on and they would be exceeding the 45 and the sirens on. That was very stupid, but stupid is what it is. I'm going through the comments, y'all, and then we're going to get back to the issues. Here it is. Sarah told or something. But anyway, Sarah said, okay, so I guess the first question would be, how would you know their speed? Do you have a radar in your vehicle? 2, if you do not have a radar, how fast they were going unless you yourself were speeding too? That's even stupider, because in the comments, it says, I was traveling 60 miles per hour. And this law enforcement officer came past me like I was sitting still. Oh, Lord. Some people. But a lot of y'all got some good comments on here, man. Really, some, and I have no disagreement. Yes, and they do that too. Turn on their lights just to go through the red lights. That's illegal, people. But nothing is going to happen until we the people, start reporting them. We must have accountability. If there's no accountability, there can never be effective change. And people just don't get that. Yep. And let me tell you, let me address the issue by several people talking about, well, if they go into a call and a criminal or whatever, they can't have their lights on or their sirens. They can get a silent call. Silent call, they still can run their lights while they're raining on the expressway or the highways or the roads. They don't have to run their sirens. They can run their emergency lights. So that's not an excuse, but good try. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna address this here. Okay, y'all. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. This is interesting one. Pat Stanfield. Now they want to turn God's law into this wrongdoing. One thing about it, God is not a God of confusion, and that was even ignorant to say that. But very interesting comment. He who hasn't broke the speed limit cast the first stone. Cops get a bad rap if they do it. Kind of like if a preacher makes a mistake doing same thing. 95% of his transgressions does on a daily basis. Just saying, most cops are good, and they are few bad applies. But being prejudiced against all cops is BS. Bobby Worthy, have you ever broke traffic violations? You have a radar in your vehicle. If you have broken traffic violation, maybe they put it on Facebook on you. First of all, Pat, let me explain something to you. No, I have a perfect driving record. Believe that. And yes, I probably went over the speed limit a couple of times, but I'm not under oath of office. Understand that? I didn't sign, swore to an oath of office to uphold the laws and the Constitution. That I didn't have to have. I never took that oath, but police have. And I'm not prejudiced against police. I'm prejudiced against injustice. And that is a form of injustice when a police officer can take it upon himself to decide to speed when he wants to because there's no accountability. And I don't have to have a radar to know somebody's speed they're going. It's called common sense. Especially when I'm going 60 and they come past me like I'm sitting still. All goes back to police accountability. A law enforcement took a sworn oath to hold the laws and the Constitution. And when he take it upon himself to willfully and intentionally violate that, that is a violation of his oath. No matter how small or large, it's still a violation of his oath. And if they'll do one thing wrong, then they'll do something at a higher level until they get caught. Paul Massey, good comment, man. Good comment. Okay, Don Brewer. That's a good one. Let's go ahead and he says, Don Brewer said, as a retired LEO, many times exceeding the speed limit, responding to a call when traffic allows me to travel without lights or sirens, you don't know what they may have been responding to. I have responded at will over the speed limit. If I had an open road, retired now, and my hearing loss was, okay, they ain't got no gun, attributed to gun, fire, and siren noise was a hack. Are you the judge? Okay, well, Don Braun, first of all, the law does require you to run your lights, emergency flashes in emergency situation. No matter what kind of call you was going on, you don't have to run your sirens, but you do have to run your lights if you involved in traffic. And just because it's slow traffic, the law does not dictate that you can, as a police officer, exceed the speed limit without notifying, let the public what's going on. That's not it. And being the judge, no, I'm not being the judge. I'm going to be the prosecutor if this shit don't stop. You can believe that because you can take a one out on law enforcement in case you don't know that, people. But there it is again. Officers protecting officers. Okay? All government has, since you, Mr. Dan Brewer, since you responded that way, all law enforcement, all government has a code of ethics. And in that code of ethics, it clearly states that you must expose corruption where corruption is due. Did you do that? If you knowingly knew that officer violated the law, did you correct it? No, because y'all have this protect ourselves, that buddy system to hold each other, to take up for each other no matter what kind of law you violated. That small law you violated, speeding, will eventually lead to a bigger law of killing someone and trying to get away with it. That's what I'm talking about. Accountability. Now, all y'all says, one comment, there's good police officers. And you're correct. There are good police officers. I have guys I known for a while that are good. But if good police officers are not exposing corrupt police officers, then please explain to me how in the hell are they good police officers? Make that one make sense. And let's move on. Michael Moody, no, I don't speed. I got a perfect driving record at that. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about law enforcement. We're not talking about me because I ain't taking an oath to uphold the laws and the Constitution. We're talking about law enforcement because they took an oath to the people, to the Constitution, and to uphold the laws, not me. And Steve Russell, you got a good one too. You said, who cares? Mind your business and let them mind theirs. First of all, public officials are our business. We are taxpayers. We are citizens to hold government accountable. Remember that? Do you remember the Declaration of Independence? Do you remember the Declaration of Independence when it clearly states, you know, then I ain't going through that because that's what we're not talking about. But yes, yeah. They are our business. They are the public. They are paid by public dollars. So yes, they are all of our business. Daddy Wilder. That's a good one, man. Say someone was late for donut delivery. But it seems, why didn't I stop him? Normally I would, but I was not in my car. I got dash cameras in my car. I would have recorded it, and I would have took it to his supervisor. But I did report it to his supervisor. They are known that this happened. Jerry Strickland, dead ass serious. All right, people. Now, I went through most of the comments and stuff, but listen, let me explain why this is important. Not only do local law enforcement, city, county, state officials, this is not a Georgia thing. This is a all 48 thing, national thing. The police officers, law enforcement, and government seem to think traffic laws, simple minor law traffic laws don't apply to them. They took an oath of office to uphold the laws and the Constitution. Not me. They took that oath. And that means higher or lower. Small or big. Don't matter. And if we stop them at a lower level, then we would probably depreciate it at a higher level, like killing somebody or doing something seriously wrong. And so when you do this and you keep getting away with it, eventually you're going to do something higher or bigger. This is why we must demand accountability. I'm always reporting state troopers and police officers to their departments and all that. This is why I'm starting this website the first of the year, to hold government and police accountable, to make them pay tickets for speeding. And yes, you can buy radar guns, speed guns, private speed guns, and I plan on getting some. But you can estimate their speed. And just like this, police, listen people, the law says you can't ride in the left lane. You can only be passing that lane to pass someone in the right lane. That applies to law enforcement too. They don't have the right to pass in that lane unless they go into an emergency call with their lights or sirens on. And if a police tailgating you, they're trying to get you to move or they're reading your tag. Y'all didn't hit it for me, but hey, slam on brakes. Tailgating, following too close, it's against the law in the state of Georgia. You just got paid and then you'll stop them from tailgating you. Slam on brakes, whatever reason you slam on brake, you were scared for your life and you slammed on brake and he was following too close. You following too close in the state of Georgia is a crime. Let the ambulance come get you, you just got paid. But that's not legal advice. I'm just giving me common sense. But the police do not have the right to ride in the left lane, just like you do. That lane is used for passing only. And then you move over. I had one tell me, well, we use the lane just in case we have to turn over. That ain't what the law says. The law says don't exempt police from riding in the left lane. Well, to address that issue I just read, I'm going to, if for traffic citations, I'm going to make my own up and hold them accountable. So I don't care what Georgia law said. This is my law. And we're going to have accountability. If you ain't with that, then that's fine. That's on you. You feel like you want to do. But I ain't saying it's a legal traffic citation, but I know how to enforce it to make them pay it. But anyway, y'all, I sure I have some ignorant stuff on here, but it's all this. Listen, people, it's all about this. If I take an oath to uphold the laws in the Constitution, then I am bound by that law. So, no matter how small it is, how large it is, you're bound by that law. Police officers are not exempt from warrant applications. You can, I have done it and been successful at it several times. You can actually take a warrant out on a police officer under Georgia law. And probably many other states too. I've done it. And it's in the OCGA if you want to look at it. I didn't put it in. I don't know the code right offhand. But it's Title 40. You can take a warrant out on public officials, police officers. They're not exempt. As well as judges. I'm finding out that too. They're not exempt neither. So people, but this is not legal advice. I'm not giving legal advice. This is my knowledge of things that I've done and I'm doing. So y'all take it easy. Peace.